What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Beer Battered Sports Podcast, the podcast created by fans for fans because we believe that we are clearly the most qualified people to talk about our favorite sports. I'm your co-host, Isaac.
And I'm Kylee.
And I'm Calvin, aka 40.
And welcome to episode 26. Before we begin today's episode, first off, love the new countdown timer that Kylee created for us. It looks awesome. Secondly, shout out to everybody who tuned in and commented on our very own Home Run Derby live reactions. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend because I was working, but sounds like you guys had a fun time. Kylee did eventually let me out of her basement. Call back to that. Thank you to everybody who tuned in for that. We do plan to go live more often. There are plenty of events that we will go live for. There's a certain football game in a couple of weeks that takes place in a certain random city in Ohio with a certain Hall of Fame nearby that I would love to go live for just to make fun of it. So we'll see what happens. Before we begin today's episode, because we got a lot to discuss, especially when it comes to MLB and hockey, thank you to all of our sponsors who support us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And as always, we got some promo codes for you guys to use. You know the drill by now, but I'll still go over it. If you use promo code OCS at www.bodycheckwellness.com, you can get 25% off all of your hemp-derived CBD oils and edibles for you as well as your furry friends. Also, use same promo code OCS at www.norsebeards.com. You can get 25% off at checkout for all of your Beardsman products. Get some nice beard oils, some nice beard brushes, some nice beard wash. Get those playoff beards going because hockey season is soon. October can't come quickly enough. So remember, promo code OCS.
I mean, I know you're a Yankees fan and you can't really have, the beard.
Oh, I know. It makes no sense. If anyone didn't know this, in the Yankees have a rule. The Steinbrenners have a rule for the Yankees. They're not allowed to grow beards, which is why everybody there has a fantastic mustache. Well, Matt Carpenter does, at least.
Oh,
So does Nestor Cortez.
why do they have that rule? I never even knew that.
Just to keep it clean.
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up because as a Yankees fan, I should know why the Yankees
They're
don't
very
allow
old
beards.
school.
Yeah, and it's annoying. Here, Kylee, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first topic while I take a look at why the Yankees are so archaic?
All right, so we're going with the MLB. And this past weekend was the All-Star break, the All-Star weekend with, the Home Run Derby and the game itself. And honestly, my favorite part of the entire weekend was having a pitcher mic'd up. I mean, that was just actually
lot of fun.
pretty awesome to see.
It was
And
a lot of fun.
It was, and I saw a comment on Twitter. That was because they were interacting with the broadcaster. So the broadcaster told them to do this pitch, and Manoa tried to do that pitch, and it just wasn't framed right. Still struck him out, I think, or he hit him.
Something
He
like
did
that.
something.
Something
And
like that. Shout out to the American League, by the way, by proving once again that they are the superior league by winning the All-Star game 3-2.
how many World Series, bud?
How many World Series does the American League have?
In the last 9 years? Because you got the Nationals winning it, the Dodgers winning it, the Braves winning it.
Okay. To be fair, I don't consider the Red Sox or the Asterisks members of the American League. They're just random teams that claim to be. If
I'll
you
give
get
you
rid
the
of those,
Asterisks, but
if
the
you-
Red Sox are the American League.
whatever. Look, this is the year we finally break through, okay? American League superiority. American League supremacy. They came second. They're the sequel league. They're better than the National League in every way, and they dominated the National League for an entire century. This century hasn't gone according to plan, but we're changing that this decade.
The only better thing you had was a designated hitter, and we have that now. So
Yeah, stop stealing our stuff. We made it cool first. You guys still had to have your pitchers go out there and make fools of themselves on a daily basis. Well, we thought, why don't we
got
just put another
Bartolo
guy?
Colon's home run.
Yeah, that's awesome. But on the other hand, the
Which
American League
ironically-
invented an entire new position that has allowed us to see some of the greatest players of all time whose whole role is to just go out there and hit. They don't have to worry about fielding, so they can just focus on hitting, aka why we have guys like Edgar Martinez being incredible.
Whatever,
By the way,
man.
I did find it out. I found it out. The Yankees appearance policies because George Steinbrenner in the 70s thought that the Yankees needed to be groomed in order to install discipline. Just want to point out the 70s is the first decade in which the Yankees didn't really have much success.
I was just gonna say they were pretty bad. I was literally just watching the Captain documentary, the first episode, which by the way, freaking amazing so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
I haven't finished it, but it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either, but like Kylie said, I caught the first episode and it's
That's the Derek Jeter one, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Okay.
That guy's he's different. He's great.
I haven't had a chance to see it yet, man.
Just thinking about the fact that he grew up a Yankees fan from Jersey. He grew up a Yankees fan, and which he could have picked the Phillies, but whatever. The fact that he grew up a fan of the team he was drafted by. He played his entire career with that team, won several World Series with that team. It's just something you don't get to see very often, and it's actually pretty awesome to see.
Yep.
But I have an issue with the All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah, you were teasing this on Twitter that you were going to go
Yeah.
into a rant. So you wanna do that for us? Grace us
Yeah.
with a fantastic rant.
It's kind of like I'm not gonna do the. We'll save that part for the Goober of the Week. But as we are people who talk about sports, who are relatively active on social media, and I want to be, more active. I want to interact with players, talk to their families, stuff like that, and just interact with sports people. And when I forget her name, I'm totally blanking on her name right now. When she asked Aaron Judge if he was going to be a Yankee next year,
Oh yeah.
that pissed me off, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I am like, my whole thing is respecting players, their families, and the game itself. And I just see that as disrespecting a player.
1000%, because definitely as a player, it's a business. So it's like, I think we talked about this before. It's their job. So it's like, we don't really know what is to happen. We could get fired on our day off. That's what they're thinking. So it's like, it is very kind of like disrespectful to what she said there and asking him that question, because it's like, he doesn't know if he's going to be a Yankee next year. Honestly, he could not be a Yankee tomorrow.
He better.
Yeah. I would like him to stay a Yankee. Because although as a Phillies fan, I do respect the Yankees. Except for, A-Rod, because it's A-Rod. But I like the Yankees. They're very...
Keep talking. Keep talking.
No. Sit your 27 rings. Just sit down.
About to be 28.
But, I mean, it's just like, it's putting him on the spot. And if he says no, they're one of the biggest organizations in the league, in the biggest city in the country. If he said no, you can imagine the shit he would get if he said no.
Yeah, Yankees fans, we don't forgive easily.
Exactly.
And I'll say this: every Yankee
You
fan
shouldn't.
on the planet wants to know the answer to that question.
Of course.
That is good. That's a valid question. Like, we all want to know: is Aaron Judge coming back after this year? Because I don't know what we could do without him. But the timing for me is, look, I'll say this: a question like that isn't something that I necessarily think is disrespectful, because it's a good question. The problem is it's the timing. It's the All-Star break. We're not interested in that kind of stuff right now. We're at the halfway point of the season, and we're at the All-Star break, where the whole point is to have fun, lay back, and play and play ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I get why people are saying the question was disrespectful, and I understand that. And I'll for me personally, I'm more of the camp of like, it was the wrong time and place.
Exactly.
I do want to know the answer, though.
We all want to know the answer.
I know.
And I don't blame. I mean, of course, we want to know everything. We want to know every little detail about everything. We would love to know what is going into Judge's, decision, if he's already made his decision, or anything like that. But asking him on live television in like a highly spectated game and just putting him on the spot. It's just I don't like it. And they asked Juan Soto kind of the same thing because of his trade rumors lately. And I mean, he had a better response, than Judge did. But he said, "I'm not worried about that right now. I won the home run derby for the Nationals," which, dude, respect to you for saying that. But it pisses me off when people do that. Like, respect the player. It's
I
not.
get it.
It shouldn't
get
be
it.
about the money, the clicks, or anything like that. Like, it just irritates me that people do that.
No, I get it, man. I definitely get it.
Because I mean, when we had Derek Tangelo on, and we're gonna have him on several more times because he's gonna be our Kendrick Perkins. But
Ah, I love it.
But we're not gonna ask him things like if there's any weird drama going on or anything like that. We're not gonna do that. That's disrespectful.
Right.
Because he has a job to do. And could you imagine if he, were to say something about that?
He'd probably be fired once he got off this episode.
Exactly.
That's how there have been plenty of great teams that have been done in by drama like that. 2018 Steelers. Teams that guys that their level of the respect level between the team and the media broke down. And to be fair, actually, that's not a good example because the 2018 Steelers had a lot of issues, but
yeah, and I mean, it's one thing to ask like years down the road when the player is retired or something like that. It's one thing to do that, but on the spot or something, it's just I don't like it at all, and it honestly really irritates me because it's a constant thing. And then you see on Twitter just clickbait questions just to get comments and clicks, and it just irritates me.
I get it. It's frustrating.
Because here we are working our asses off to have real opinions and, not do things specifically for clicks and views and just doing what we love to do. And then you get shit like this.
Yep.
That's my whole thing about it. And it's just, I could literally go on a 30-year rant about this because it pisses me off so much.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, I agree with you.
No, but yeah, Soto did win the home run derby.
Great comeback too. Me and Kylee watched that whole thing.
I was exhausted.
Should have been Julio Gonzalez or Julio Rodriguez. Why did I say Gonzalez?
I don't know.
Should have been Julio Rodriguez. Has there been a Julio Gonzalez in the Julio Gonzalez? There has not. What?
I actually I don't know. I think I did my bracket and I picked Pujols to beat Schwarber.
Wait, has there? Nope, there has been a Julio Gonzalez.
Okay.
There's been two.
Great. A common first name and a common last name. I'm not surprised.
How many Julio Rodriguez's have there been? Oh, only one. Wow.
I was like, why?
Look, there's a lot of really common names, okay?
There are a lot of common
There's a lot
names.
of common names. So, I'll tone it down. Just say it. It's like
no, this is funny.
There's a lot of Julios. There have been a lot of Julios who have played Major League Baseball. Just saying.
This is true.
There's a lot. It's a common name, so I'm just curious now if you have two extremely common Spanish names. I'm just curious. Apparently, this is the first Julio Rodriguez. So you know what? Cool. Unique. Guy's also a baller. Like, I think he broke the record for most home runs hit in home run derby history.
Dude, he was insane to watch.
I left this comment on y'all's live stream, and I'll come back to it. He's gonna single-handedly drag the Mariners kicking and screaming to the playoffs, and I'm all for it.
I believe it.
Party like it's 2001.
That
Nate for me.
That first round was crazy. That was probably his best round.
It was.
He had what, like 32?
Yeah,
something like that.
32,
33. Just absolutely mashed it. I wasn't able to watch a lot of it because I was coming home from work and it's late. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I got to get up early for work the next day anyway. But man, he was just going off.
He was. It's fun to see, and
that's awesome to watch. I love it.
It really is. And I'm not surprised Soto won it. And I'm just saying, all I'm saying is the last time a Washington National won, competed with Kyle Schwarber, all I'm saying, and was on a contract year, all I'm saying is he went to the Phillies next year. That's all I'm saying. That's all,
Oh
that's
my
all I'm
God!
saying.
Boo! Boo! He's not coming to the Phillies.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Who are you giving? Do you have any room for him? Who are you giving up for him?
I don't actually think we have enough to actually
You
get him.
don't. Do you know who
But
does have enough for Juan Soto? You know who does is in need of an outfielder to
Dodgers?
replace their bum ass one out there right now? Nah. You know who does have a massive Dominican fan base who will welcome Juan Soto and who will love him from day one? El Yankees, bitches.
he's
Let's
not
get
going
Joey
to.
Gallo's bum ass out of right field and put Juan Soto in there. There.
I think he's probably gonna go over there to LA, the Dodgers.
I'm thinking Dodgers.
Gross.
But if he goes to the Dodgers, that means Trey Turner is staying, and that makes me upset.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
Trey,
almost guarantee Trey Turner stays if Juan Soto
yeah.
comes.
If Trey gets his buddy back, that's a done deal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I already didn't like what he said in the presser, so I'm not very confident in him leaving the Dodgers anyway. So that'll just seal the deal right there.
Ugh.
Because we're going to be in the hunt to get him if and this one isn't actually me just talking shit. Like he actually could go to the Phillies.
We need to get Trey Turner over here in New York.
Nah, y'all got enough. Don't worry about it. Y'all got enough. Y'all are a big enough pain in my ass. You're fine.
Don't worry about it.
And I know Isaac feels the same way.
Don't worry about it.
We got a tough series coming up against the Padres, though.
That's true. Yeah, you do.
Speaking of tough series, guess who the Yankees got right out of the gate tomorrow? We got a doubleheader against the Astros, and then they're coming to Baltimore.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you guys coming to Baltimore soon.
I know. I will be on at that Friday night game. So here we go.
Next Friday?
No, this Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah,
Damn
Yankees
Damn
are in town.
Damn it.
It's gonna be wild.
Because I was actually going to try to get tickets now, but damn it. I
It
could
is
go
gonna
Saturday.
be wild.
No, I
Now,
can't go
seeing
Saturday.
as we are at the midway point of the season,
Sunday.
I think it is time that we discuss some of our predictions.
Yes.
Let's start with our predictions for who the award winners are. And I think we'll just do the top 4 big ones. Give me y'all's MVPs midway through the year. MVPs for National League and American League.
American. Oh, go ahead.
Judge and Goldie.
I like Judge and Goldie.
Judge and Goldie.
Or Machado.
Nah.
Depending on how Machado goes the rest of the season. Because he was on a tear the first half of the season.
Goldschmidt has been top of the line day in and day out.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. It's gonna be a battle between those two. I don't see it getting any other two. But I'm thinking Goldie too.
Honestly, the sneakiest one of them all that I might sneak in there for the NL is Pete Alonso. I'm not saying that because he's a Met.
I don't know,
I wouldn't
man.
put it past you. It wouldn't surprise me.
So we're all in agreement, though, that Judge is unanimous AL MVP.
Oh God,
right?
yeah, dude.
1,000.
Okay. Give me your Cy Young Award winners.
I like Verlander.
Ugh.
Actually, I like Verlander and Tony Johnson.
I actually hadn't even thought of Cy Young yet.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me. Gosh.
Actually,
Sorry
you know
about
what?
that.
I'll take Verlander back and I'll go Shane McCallahan.
Yeah, that's a good one there. I will go
Mm.
Tony Gonsolin for the NL from the Dodgers.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's definitely.
For the American League, Nestor Cortez.
I forgot about Nestor.
He wasn't fantastic the last couple games.
I don't know. I like Verlander.
All he needs is to go on another hot streak and get back to being nasty, and we're good.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think I like Verlander. He might have it in the bag. Verlander and Gonsolin, those are my two.
Yeah, Verlander, it wouldn't surprise me. Alec Manoah too.
Oh yeah.
That dude is disgusting. He was great. He was the one that was mic'd up for the All-Star game.
Yeah, he's great.
Nah, Nestor Cortez. Cortez and Gonsolin.
I'm gonna go Gonsolin though.
Yeah,
He's
Gosselin. We can all agree on Gosselin.
yeah, he's been up there the entire time with
Or you
stats
know
and
what? You
everything.
know what? Kyle Wright from Atlanta, sneaker. He's
Yeah,
second
for sure.
in wins.
Very sneaky.
Maybe.
I was thinking the
Maybe.
same thing.
Moving on. Rookie of the year.
Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez, easy for the American League. National League, I don't know. Who's a rookie in the National League?
That's what I was just thinking.
Julio's definitely a wrap. We can all agree on that one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm going bias. Bryson Stott.
I'd like to say about that guy from the Orioles, man.
Adley Rushman.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic too. He's a sneaky one.
If J-Rod has a bad streak in the second half of the year and the Orioles make the playoffs, yeah, Adley Rutschman.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Rutsch has just been chewing it up. He is.
It was fantastic seeing him live and just come up clutch and for pinch hitting, and he came up real clutch. He kind of helped the rally, and ever since they called him up, I said it first, and then now the media's saying it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm the one. I'm the one that said it first. I said that ever since Rushman came up, Orioles have been different.
I said that too. Wait a minute. Who said that first?
I don't know. It might have to go back to the episode. Somebody said it on the episode first.
It was one of us.
I think it was me who said that.
I said it privately like a day or two before, but I'm not gonna.
Private doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly.
I can say in private every single team is going to win the World Series, and then if one of those teams wins the World Series, I'll be like, "Ha! I said it. I knew they would."
That's why I'm not counting it. But I am saying I'm the first one.
All right. One last award. This one's a little tougher, but we'll give it anyway. Manager of the year.
Wait, before we get into manager,
Rob Thompson.
You know Ohtani is the favorite for the MVP right now.
What?
Last night's odds. Last night's odds he was the favorite for the MVP.
Okay, I get what Ohtani did was cool, saying first pitch is all that matters, and then immediately getting a single off of Kershaw. That was cool, but that does not mean he is. Aaron Judge has hit how many home runs? What are they smoking? Baseball. This is why baseball writers.
This was another thing too. Supposedly they have 12 wins in this whole month or something, or 12 wins in either the last month or something like that, and he has 6 of those wins as a pitcher.
Okay, that is fair enough. Give him the Cy Young Award. Aaron Judge has hit 33 home runs, is on pace to break Mickey Mantle's single season record for the Yankees.
I need him to do that. Could he beat the all-time record of 73?
Nah, his pace isn't high. His pace isn't high enough to do that.
I did it in MLB The Show, so he can do it.
73, Barry Bonds?
Nah. Wait, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me.
I think it was Barry. Barry was crazy.
Hang on.
Barry was stupid.
Barry was crazy. Steroids or not, Barry was crazy.
Single season home run record. It belongs to Barry Bonds, 73, 2001.
Barry was crazy.
Damn, I just want to point out that the top 4 on this level don't really count anymore. Oh my God. Okay, none of these count. Roger Maris's 61 back in 61 is still the one I count because the top ones are all Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds. All of those guys were juiced up. So, 60.
Was Sosa?
I mean, I understand the juice thing, but check this out. Juicing does not help your hand-eye coordination.
No, but it helps your power.
Yeah, but it does not help your hand-eye coordination. And that guy was putting the bat on the ball every time.
Yeah. He was putting it on every time, but his power is what got him the home runs.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
So, I mean, you still gotta hit the ball for it to happen, but
I like Barry Bonds though. Barry Bonds is he was a goat.
I'll be rooting for Judge to break the record regardless. I just want to break the Yankees single season record. 61.
Yeah, I don't think he'll break 73, but he'll definitely
You can
break
get
this
close to it.
game.
He could get close to it. Yeah.
He better hit a couple of Camden Yards on Friday. That's for sure. All right, moving on. We're midway through the year. Midway postseason predictions. When the baseball season started, Kylie and I made our predictions for who was going to win each division. I mistakenly said the Phillies would win the National League. Looks like I was very wrong.
Hey, don't count us out. Don't count us out.
Oh no, y'all are in the running for a wild card spot. That's it.
Don't count us out.
Let's hear it, guys. We're gonna go around, get your thoughts collected. Who's winning each division and who's your World Series pick? So just
Winning the division?
Who's your division plus wild card teams, and then give me your World Series pick. Everybody think real quick. Make sure you got it.
All right. So for the AL East, it's not really a debate. It's the Yankees.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to disagree with that.
No, I will not disagree.
Okay, we're gonna. I have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Now I just noticed something, and baseball's crazy. For the AL Central,
Hang on, I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, write it down so you can look back on it and laugh at how wrong we were.
Nah, I think I got a good little. Make sure you write this down.
Okay, give me a second. We're going to, for anyone watching at home, we are going to record this. We're going to write this down so that when the time comes, we can laugh at each other.
Yes.
So let me just, Kylee. All right, 1 second.
Baltimore's only 2 games back from Boston now.
All right, Kylie. So you said Yankees for AL East, AL
Yeah.
Central.
AL Central, give me actually the Guardians.
Ooh. All right, AL West.
AL West, you know what, Mariners. Give me the freaking Mariners, please.
Think the Mariners could catch the Astros?
9 games back, we'll see.
It could happen. All right, give me your 3 AL wild cards.
Let's see. Give me Toronto.
Okay, so Blue Jays.
Tampa and Baltimore.
Rays and Orioles. Damn. All right. Now give me your NL East.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
NL East, probably the Braves.
Braves. All right.
Yeah.
NL Central.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Gotcha.
And that's how I think.
NL West.
NL West, Dodgers.
Dodgers. Give me your NL wild cards.
Phillies, hopefully.
Phillies.
For the love of God, make the fucking wild card. Phillies, Padres, and the Mets.
Phillies, Padres, and Mets. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kylie. Give me your AL champion.
Yankees.
Give me your NL champion.
See, saying Dodgers is too easy. I'm going to go with a Cinderella type story. Give me the Padres.
Ooh. Who wins the World Series?
Again, Cinderella. Give me Padres.
I hate you so much. All right. Wow. Okay. Kylie is very, very interesting prediction. You heard it here, folks. First, folks, Kylie says that the Yankees and Padres will come out on top and the Padres will win the World Series on a Cinderella run. We'll have to wait and see there. Kylie, any last words before we go to Calvin for his picks?
No.
Okay, Calvin, give me your AL East winner.
No brainer, the Yankees.
Okay, AL Central.
This is the curveball here. I like the White Sox.
I was thinking them too.
You think the White Sox are going to come back and take it?
I like the White Sox to come back and take it.
Ooh. All right. Give me your AL West winner.
Astros.
Astros. All right. AL wild cards.
Wild cards, I'm going with the Mariners.
Mariners,
I like the Blue Jays,
Blue Jays,
and I like the Orioles to sneak in there.
Orioles. Nice. NL East. That's
Lock them up.
lock them
Mets.
up. Gotcha.
Hey, remember
Hey, we're only 2.5 games above the Braves, but it's cool. I like us.
remember the trademark crumble. We'll see.
It's okay.
No, they survived so far. They could do it. All right. Give me your NL Central winner.
I like the Cardinals to sneak the Brewers.
Cardinals. Gotcha. Kylie, I noticed you had the Brewers miss the playoffs entirely.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. We'll see about that. NL West.
Dodgers.
Dodgers. All right. Give me your 3 wild cards.
Atlanta.
Braves.
Yep.
Right.
Milwaukee.
Brewers. Gotcha.
And I'll take the Padres over the Giants. Yeah, Padres.
Padres. Gotcha. All right. Who's winning the AL?
The AL. If you want me to be honest,
Isaac's gonna cry here. He's like,
Oh no.
you're not picking the
Yankees
Yankees.
winning the AL.
Yankees. Gotcha. Who's taking the NL? Oh no.
As much as I hate to say it, I really think they go back. I like the Braves.
Braves.
Oh
Ooh.
God, please no.
And who are you taking for the World Series?
I like the Yankees over the Braves in 6.
I like it. I
Ooh,
like
with
it.
a game prediction. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll say, Kylie, you want to Yankees in 6? Okay. All right, my turn. No brainer. Yankees take AL East. AL Central, I will go with the Twins because we need to lord over them as always. AL West, I like Kylie's prediction there. I say the Mariners take it. Wild cards are going to be the Astros, the Blue Jays, and I say the Orioles sneak in.
Yeah.
Yep. NL East, Mets lock it down.
Ugh.
NL Central, I say the Brewers aren't giving that up that easily. West goes to the Dodgers. I'm going to say Padres, Cardinals, and Braves are your wild cards. Sorry, Phillies.
I hate you.
I will take Yankees and Dodgers as your AL and NL champs, and Yankees.
Oh, what a basic take.
I'm sorry. I want Yankees Dodgers.
We all want Yankees Dodgers.
I really want Yankees Mets, man. Battle of New York.
Of course.
You know what? I like that too. Yankees Mets Battle of New York. After their series coming up at the end of July, I will have a better idea. But right now, it's either going to be Yankees Dodgers or Yankees Mets, and I feel like out of those two, Yankees Mets, Yankees win in 7.
That would be a lovely New York story there.
Oh yeah,
7 game series, Battle of New York. That's beautiful.
It'd be good for baseball for sure.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
There you go. I think I've seen a lot of the Mets this year, and they scare me. And I know the Dodgers are really good right now.
The way that started Marte was over there with Juan Soto. I don't know, man. We might have a chance at the trade.
If y'all get Juan Soto, there you go. That's going to be.
They're
Yankees,
not going to
Mets.
deal him in division.
It's going to be Yankees
Yeah,
Mets.
They won't do that. They'll be
They're not
stupid
going to
to
do
do
that. One thing I want to say before we get into our final standings and stat leaders before the second half of the season starts. I forget who it was. I can't remember the name. It's slipping on me again. But the Athletics.
For everyone watching at home, Calvin's just checking on his baby.
Yeah. the MVP of the podcast. The Athletics pitcher, the lone all-star of that team, had to fly with the Astros.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
Oh.
And then Juan Soto flew commercial They refused to charter him after he declined that $440 million contract offer.
Wow.
Yeah. They flew him. And he arrived in LA at 1:30 in the morning and then won the home run derby.
Damn. All right then.
So
and to back it all up, the kid's only 23 years old.
Yep.
Something like that.
22 or 23, yeah. Makes me feel like I've accomplished nothing in life.
I'm telling you, sometimes I look at these guys and I'm like, where did I go wrong? Like,
Right.
what was I doing wrong?
Nah, man. Everyone's got their own path in life. We just got to
Yeah.
find it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Calvin. Shout out to our podcast dad for pulling double duty today.
Podcast dad.
Thank you.
Is this her first appearance on the podcast?
This is our first appearance.
Oh yeah.
Say hello to the world.
Oh
Look
my
at
goodness.
her.
Oh my goodness.
She's adorable.
Oh.
She needs Phillies gear.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, you
Ooh.
order it, she'll wear it. But if you order it, okay. She has I tell everybody the same thing. She has a couple Packers things. She has Ravens. She has the Bengals. So, if they order it, then she'll wear it. But Dad's
There
not
you
ordering.
All right. Before we move on to talk about some other stuff, Kylie, go ahead and give us our standings rundowns and our stat leaders at the halfway point of the season.
All right, so for the AL East, no surprise, it's the Yankees up top, of course.
Boop, boop.
The Rays are 13 games back. The Blue Jays are 14 and a half games back. Red Sox are 16 and a half, and the Orioles are 18.
Damn.
They are so far back in standings in the division, but they're all good.
I know.
They're all good, and they are all expected to fight for a wild card spot.
Orioles are only 3.5 games out of the wild card.
Yeah, they're only 2 games back from the Red Sox.
It's insane. And then for the AL Central, you got the Twins up top for now. Then the Guardians 2 games back. The White Sox 3, Tigers 12, and the Royals 13. AL West, you got the Astros at 1, Mariners 9 games behind, Rangers 17 and a half games behind, the Angels are 20 and a half games behind, and the Athletics are 28 games back.
That's terrible.
It's officially the largest difference between 1 and 4.
Yeah. Not by much though, because
Half game.
guess it's at the bottom of
Yeah.
the bottom of the NL East.
Yeah, so we got the NL East with the Mets up top for now. The Braves are 2.5 games behind. Phillies are 8.5 games. Wow, that sucks. We were like 8 games last week. Marlins are 14 games back, and the Nationals are 27.5 games back.
It's crazy to see that though. After winning a World Series 3 years ago, and now they're just poop again.
Oh, I'm loving
That's
it.
how it happens.
I am loving it. So we got the NL Central with the Brewers up top for now. Cardinals are a half game behind, so we'll see how that ramps up. Pirates are 11. The Cubs are 14.5, and the Reds are 15.
Ooh.
Why are the White Sox and the Cubs not in the same division? Same with the Yankees and the Mets.
I thought the same thing.
Because, well, the Chicago one is easy. The Cubs, the Whites, was it the Cubs? No, the Cubs were originally called the White Stockings before changing to the Cubs. And when
True.
the American League was founded, they brought back the White Stockings as a rival team.
True.
Yeah, the Mets, they just wanted to add an expansion team to New York because they thought, well, the Yankees are so popular, might as well add a second team there because, New York fans will always turn out.
Mets are popular.
Unfortunately, so.
Now that they're good. And finally for the NL West, you got the Dodgers up top. The Padres are 10 games behind. The Giants 12.5. Rockies 18.5. They're finally out of fourth. And the Diamondbacks are 21 games back. So that division is roughly decided.
Yeah. That division's pretty much been.
It's really between the Dodgers and the Padres, really.
And Dodgers are 10 games up on the Padres, so. I mean,
Hey, the Mariners are only not the Mariners are 9 games back on the Astros. It's possible.
let's be honest. It's not going to happen.
We'll see.
It's not going to happen.
We'll see.
It's not gonna
For stat leaders, you have for batting, Luis Arias with 338 batting average. Very consistent. Goldschmidt is at 330 though, so that's see how that goes. For home runs, it's Aaron Judge with 33, but Schwarber has 29 at number 2, so we'll see how that goes. I think that'll be fun to watch for us. Although we already know who's gonna win it, but it's fine. For RBI, you got Pete Alonso with 78, but Jose Ramirez is very close with 75. So that's another one that's going to be ramping up. And with hits, Freddie Freeman has 114.
Goodbye. He's leaving.
But Goldschmidt and Rafael Devers have 112.
All right.
So very, very close. For stolen bases, John Birdie with 28. Jorge Mateo has 22, so that's another battle. They're all pretty close right now. For pitching, for wins, Justin Verlander with 12.
Told you that guy.
Yeah.
A young man.
For ERA, Shane McClanahan with a 1.71 because thank God it didn't count for the All-Star game. For saves, it's none other than Josh Hader with 27. Strikeouts, Dylan Cease with 150. Cole is right behind him with 147, and so is McClanahan. And for quality starts, Framber Valdez is up top at 16. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it ramps up toward the end of the season.
All right. Well, we'll move on to our next topic now. This was an interesting one. Nothing really happened in the world of basketball this past week, so we decided to debate something. Not going to take too long debating this because we do have other stuff to go over, and we're already 43 minutes into today's episode. Thanks everybody who's watching, by the way. Love you guys. So we're going to quickly debate this. What is the greatest NBA team of all time?
96 Bulls.
Who do you like?
Me?
Yeah.
96 Bulls are good. This is going to be controversial, but I think you can make a case for the 72 Lakers. They were 69-13. They were the best record before the 96 Bulls showed up. And like the Bulls, they only needed 5 games to win their finals. Which they beat a Knicks team. They beat a Knicks team, by the way, that has the most Hall of Famers in the history of any team in the NBA in the finals. They beat the Knicks in 5 games. I'm not saying they are, but you can make the argument that the 72 Lakers are one of the best teams.
Okay.
You could say one of the best, but could you realistically see that team going up against Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr? Could you realistically see that team going up against them?
One could make an argument.
You could make an argument.
Because Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Pat Riley, Gail Goodrich, those are 5 legends of the game right there. I'm just saying, you can make an argument.
Here's a curveball for everybody.
Oh, God.
I like the 2012 Heat.
Ooh.
66-16. Number 1 seed. They win a championship. You know? You have LeBron. You have Dwayne Wade. You have Chris Bosh. You have Mario Chalmers. You have Norris Cole. You have Cole Anthony. You have Birdman. You have Ray Allen. There was some talent on that team.
So before I make this statement, Isaac, that 70s team won the finals, right?
Yes, they won it in
Okay.
only five. It only took 5 games.
Mike Miller too.
So notice how none of us picked the 2016 Warriors.
There's a reason for that. Is that the 2016 Warriors? I think the 2016 Warriors have kind of been disqualified from that.
Because they lost the finals.
And to be fair, that shouldn't necessarily be a disqualification. There have been plenty of amazing teams that, that have lost in the finals before. Hell, there's been amazing teams that lost the first round. 2007 Mavericks, 67-15. They lost to the Warriors in that first round upset.
Last year's Nets.
Last year's Nets,
But-
this year's Suns.
Yep.
Now, what good is it to have that kind of a record and set yourself up to be the best team of all time if you don't win the championship? You have to win the championship to be considered the best of all time.
1000%.
Have
Not necessarily,
Necessarily.
because there are plenty of athletes out there who are considered to be the greatest of all time, considered in the conversation for one of the greatest of all time who never
Right.
won.
But notice how Dame is being knocked because he doesn't have at least one ring.
But yeah, right. And to Kylie's point also, people will say, "Oh, Charles Barkley was a great." But if you start naming Charles Barkley and you put him in your top 5, people are going to look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
I bring up another idea.
Oops.
We talk about Randy Moss as one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Most people agree he is one of the greatest.
All right.
He never won a Super Bowl,
You're
and yet
right
we don't
there.
disqualify him.
You're right there, but it's a little different in basketball and football. Like,
It's true.
yeah, football, it takes a little bit more to win a championship, and there's a lot of guys on the field, and it's there's more injuries and stuff like that, and your quarterback might go down or something like that. So let's say like in let's say that Warriors team. Let's
Right.
say 2017 Warriors actually. So a team like that, Kevin Durant goes down, they still make it to the finals. Or that was 2018 when they lost to the Raptors. Whatever year they lost to the
19.
Raptors.
19.
2019, yeah.
Kevin Durant goes down, Klay Thompson's out, they still go to the finals. So it's like they still had an all-star there. Steph Curry, he was still able to do what he did. You got Randy Moss and Tom Brady. If Tom Brady goes down, Randy Moss is not getting to the Super Bowl now.
No
So-
chance.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but Randy Moss definitely is one of the greatest wide receivers ever. I'm not going to lie. But he's not the greatest wide receiver ever because he didn't win rings. Everybody will say Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver ever.
Yeah, I mean he well in that defense, he does have like the most yards and
Oh, yeah, I like Randy over Jerry, if you ask me.
interesting.
I mean, you didn't get Jerry, you got Moss.
That's
This
true.
is fair.
Ooh, it's a fair point.
It is.
I will say this much on it. I do think that I'll put the 2016 Warriors in the conversation, but I won't put them as the greatest team all time.
Right, exactly.
Because I think, Kylie, you brought this up before we started recording. Something that I take into consideration is head-to-head. If these two teams played each other, who would win? That's why when I talk about the 72 Lakers, like, you could make an argument because they came from a much more physical era, and also Wilt Chamberlain in his prime. Like, that's not a lot of teams can beat that. But if you put the two teams that everybody talks about, the 96 Bulls versus the 2016 Warriors, 96 Bulls are just going to be way more physical because they came from a different era of basketball. They will out-physical them.
One team that needs their respect, the 2001 Lakers.
I was just about to say it, Kylie. I'm glad you said it because I was just about to say I got to come back to the 2001 Lakers. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I will say they should have swept the Sixers.
Allen Iverson is it?
I know, but the rest of that Sixers team was full of injuries and just bums. So, like,
Yeah.
How did you not sweep them? But yeah,
Iverson deserved a ring.
Iverson definitely deserved a ring. He should have got one though when he was in Denver, but Kobe Bryant was just still too ridiculous.
Yeah.
When they had Melo and J.R. Smith and
Chauncey
AI,
Billups.
yeah, that team was crazy.
How did that team not win at finals? What in the world?
Kobe Bryant.
Right.
It
You know, I
Kobe.
recently rewatched Kobe's final game, bro. That shit got me teared up, man.
it's
I
just
know.
how he dropped 60 points in his final game after all
Just-
the years and injuries and stuff like that.
And that Lakers team that year was atrocious.
Oh yeah,
You know, and the fact that they ended the season, they sold out Staples Center.
Yep.
Kobe dropped 60, which was the highest point total anybody in the league had that year. That's the same year of that 2016 Warriors team. It's just poetry. Like, God, I miss that.
That's right. That was 2016, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah,
That was
2016 was arguably the greatest season in NBA history. I think
Yeah,
we can all
Kobe
agree on
dropping
that.
60, the Warriors record,
So many good games.
the Cavs winning.
The
yeah,
Spurs at the same time. The Spurs won 69 games in the same season. People
Nice.
forget that the
Nice.
the 2016 Spurs won like 69 games. Nice.
Not only that though, what I will say about that Warriors team, going back to what Isaac was saying earlier, a lot of good teams fold. That Warriors team was down 3-1 against OKC.
Yeah,
And
you
they
could
came
make
back-
the argument that they never should have been in the finals.
Yeah. And then Kevin Durant goes to them the next year after he was up 3-1 against the guys. Like, it's just crazy to me.
Snake, whatever.
But that we saw 2 3-1 comebacks that year. We saw 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals and then 3-1 comeback in the finals.
It's ridiculous, man.
2016 was a great year for basketball.
2016 was
Great
great for
year.
sports in general. Just it's so good.
It was. I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. Like I think even the national championship that year in football was a great national championship.
Just to recap everything that happened in 2016, like the 2016 finals for all major sports. The Cubs finally won the World Series. Clemson got revenge on Alabama. The Pittsburgh Penguins, the Penguins won the Stanley Cup for the first time in nearly 10 years.
Wait, what did Bama do?
Bama lost to Clemson.
Oh yeah, you already know. Yeah, 2016 is great. Screw Bama.
Yeah, 2016. They're 28-3 with the Patriots.
Yeah,
Villanova beat North Carolina at the last second, the Chris Jenkins shot.
Wow.
Nova.
Yep. Seattle won their first MLS Cup over Toronto in a shootout.
Love when Toronto loses.
Yeah. If you pay attention to Canadian football, the Ottawa Red Blacks, who are only in their third ever year, defeated Calgary for the Grey Cup in a massive upset in overtime. Watch Canadian football; it's awesome. What else? Oh yeah, and Cleveland erased a 3-1 down. All the championships of 2016 were amazing in all sports. Hell, even in motorsports, Nico Rosberg finally beat Lewis Hamilton in his final season. Nico Rosberg won the Formula One World Championship by the skin of his teeth over Lewis Hamilton. And not many
2016
people.
was literally like the best year.
It was.
We graduated high school.
We graduated high school, went to college, and then some idiots at the Cincinnati Zoo shot a gorilla, and the world fell apart.
Was that the same year Dirk retired? Dirk Nowitzki?
Nah, Dirk lasted a couple more years. But I will say this: the death of Harambe is what caused the world to fall into this alternate dimension where everything sucks. 2016 was fine
Miss you, Harambe.
until Harambe died.
Yep.
All right, got a couple more things to discuss, you guys. We're gonna segue over to the NFL, where for everyone out there who likes uniforms, we got some interesting uniform things to talk about. Well, first of all, season is 50 days away, and in 2 weeks we have our Hall of Fame game. More on that later.
A lot of money to be made, folks. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah, we're NFL season's coming up. When Kylee and I first started this podcast, it was right in the playoff push to the playoffs in the NFL season. So we had so much fun. Yeah, we had so much fun talking about that. So I can't wait to break down those games with you guys, because the NFL is so much fun in that there's not as many games each week, so you can go into detail about more of them. We can't really do that with other sports because they have way too many games. If we went into detail about every single game, this podcast would be like 5 hours long. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but like
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and we have lives. So, but there were a couple of uniform changes. The NFL has changed the helmet rules to allow for multiple helmets. So a bunch of teams have introduced new helmet designs. The Bengals, all white.
I love it.
White Tiger helmets. It's so good. It looks so good.
It reminds me of Blake Bengals, honestly. The Blake Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Blake. Shout out Blake. Shout out Blake High School. They were a football powerhouse when we were in high school.
they they did it first, but that's what it reminds me of, and I love it. It's beautiful.
Did the Giants release one?
Giants releasing jerseys. They're bringing back the throwbacks from
Lawrence Taylor.
Taylor's.
They
era.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let me see.
It
Ooh,
actually looks
Ooh!
fantastic, but they're still going to be in 4th place. So
Ooh,
Yeah.
hello.
Just 4th place.
yeah.
These look nice.
Division goes through either Philly or Washington this year.
We're gonna have a whole thing where we
Dude,
talk about our
imagine-
NFL preview. That's gonna be so much fun.
Imagine Wentz just like kicking ass this season.
I hope.
Save
really-
your reactions for later. We'll get there eventually. Hush, hush, hush. Two more teams released new helmets. The Panthers released all black helmets,
Oh yeah, I like.
and I'm not a fan of them, to be honest.
I like them a lot.
I like.
The Panthers have always worked in that their silver helmet always contrasts with the rest of the uniform well. The black helmet just doesn't, and it
I
makes
like-
them kind of look like a college team, if you ask me.
I like anything alternate. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the Commanders. I hate calling them that, but I can't wait till the Commanders bring out the all black jerseys.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Dude,
Last-
I gotta get me a black Wentz one.
One last helmet thing. The Texans are doing an all red helmet for their battle red uniforms. That one I actually like because that one actually works.
I didn't see that actually.
Yeah, you should look at it. It looks really good. Also, if we're doing the helmet thing, this is the time for the Bucks to bring back the creamsicles. Look, we can bring back the creamsicles for one game a year. Do not make them regular.
Wait,
Because
are they shiny or are they matte?
I don't know. Every time I will go on this rant every time, and I love doing this rant. The Bucks in their creamsicle era were the worst team in football. They
Dude, those
only
are
made the
clean.
playoffs 3 times. And they never made it to the Super Bowl, and they only made it past the first round of the playoffs once. They also
they're
set a
amazing.
record for most consecutive losing seasons in the NFL, so that happened too. If the Bucks bring back creamsicles, one game only, because the second we switched to the pewter power uniforms in 1997, what did we do? We went out, we stomped the 49ers in our very first game. We got a new stadium, we made the playoffs, and we won a Super Bowl.
The
All right, rant
creamsicles
over.
are still better.
No, they're not. They're gross. Bucko Bruce is a terrible mascot. It's not threatening at all. He looks like he's trying to turn me on. Mascots shouldn't be titillating. They should be intimidating.
Oh my god. I just saw the Texans helmet. I absolutely love them.
It looks good.
Let's go to your hockey corner though.
So, originally what I wanted to do for this was to break down every single free agent and where they signed, but that would take way too much time. And we have, and our partner shows at Old City Sports Network have shows that can go into more detail about that.
Yeah.
What we can do is talk
They
about
do
the
a great
big
job,
ones.
by the way.
Yeah, they really do. The big free agent signings that we missed from last week's free agency bonanza. Johnny Gaudreau is going to Columbus. That one threw me off. Everybody
Threw
thought he was either
everybody
going to go
off.
to the Flyers or the Devils. No, he went to Columbus, and I'm going to keep pronouncing it like that because the Blue Jackets have done absolutely nothing since they've been introduced to the league. They've literally made it past the first round once. Their existence is pain. They just exist because the NHL is convinced that they can make that there's a hockey market in Ohio, and there really isn't. Like,
So my dad works in Ohio during the week.
yeah.
In Columbus. He says it's all they've been talking about on the radio.
Maybe this is the thing that gets Columbus and the Blue Jackets to actually do something. Maybe this helps make hockey in Ohio a thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no, but I'm not a huge fan of that move. It's like, wow, he just I don't like Columbus. I will not make that. I will not sugarcoat it. Columbus is one of my least favorite teams for reasons that we're not going to talk about. I still get nightmares about 2019, and I think as a Lightning fan, I have a right to say screw Columbus, but so Johnny Hockey goes there. Calgary might be even more trouble because Matthew Tkachuk might want out, and if he goes out, where's he gonna go?
Devils.
You don't need him. You already got your guy. You got Andre Pallet. You got one of the clutchest skaters in the entire league. Andre did great with the Tampa Bay. Now he's going to New Jersey. where he is most likely going to be. He's going to help out. New Jersey's looking nice. New Jersey might actually, finish 6th or 7th in the East instead of just last.
Please.
One last big free agent sign before we get into our closing stuff. Max Pacioretty going to Carolina, so the rich get richer. Sam over at Superstorm, congratulations. The Hurricanes, man. Carolina's eventually going to break through with this core. They're eventually going to break through and make the Stanley Cup Finals. They will.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, I don't know. I like to fall back on the old urinating trees, old Hurricanes, man. The whole thing. Raleigh, can you believe we actually won a Stanley Cup? I know. I can't believe it either. So, I love it. We have things again. That Finnish guy.
Oh my God.
We have diversity. Swedes, Czechs, Russians.
All right. So we got Goobers of the Week now, sponsored by
Rob
Isaac
Manfred.
because he's a goober.
Yeah.
But also Rob Manfred because he is the biggest goober. And for, a special reason he's a goober this week because he essentially said, I disagree with the fact that the the minor league players are getting paid a living wage. You pay the first round picks millions of dollars, right? Which, okay, yeah, that can get a player by for a few years while he waits to go to the big leagues. But you don't pay your late round draft picks that much. They're not paid well at all. And I mean, this goes back to when Calvin was first on this podcast. When we were just talking about how just like the owners do not care.
Yep.
So that's, there's a whole thing I can get into that too, but I'm not gonna do that. So one more goober. There's this video going around of a fan at the All-Star game, pretty much moving it, pushing a kid to get an autograph. I forget who he was trying to get an autograph from, but he was like all over this kid, and he just makes adult collectors look bad. So he's a goober.
I will take that. Also, I want to do a late nomination for Goober of the Week. This one's going to come out of left field, a sport we don't talk about. I'd love if we talk about it, but just want to quickly put this in here. Late Goober of the Week nomination. NASCAR fans who, upon hearing that NASCAR announced that they would be doing a street race in Chicago next year, which looks awesome, even if it comes at the expense of another track losing a date, fans responded by saying, but isn't that it's so dangerous? The drivers are in danger, acting as if Chicago is a third world country war zone.
And acting as if driving isn't already dangerous?
No, they were more concerned about fans being shot in the stands because apparently, according to certain fans of my favorite sport, Chicago is akin to Afghanistan. So, NASCAR fans, here's another L. For the love of God, guys, you gotta stop. That's low key really messed up. Come on.
All right, Isaac, who won it all that year?
So I'm throwing it back to. I'm throwing it back this time because we've done a lot of years in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And we only have a few more left, and they're easy, so I'm going to stump you guys. We're throwing it back to 1996. This was a special year for sports because this was the first year that all of the big, I guess you'd say, all the big six major North American sports leagues were active. This was the first year of MLS, so for the first time we had 6 major North American sports leagues. But yeah, we only focus on the big 4. So I'll give the easy one out of the way. Give me the 1996 NBA champions.
Bulls.
Yep, 96 Bulls. We talked about them earlier. Arguably greatest team in NBA history. Took care of business against the Seattle Supersonics because the Supersonics coach would not say hi to Michael Jordan while he was at dinner. Last dance. Give me your World Series champs for 1996.
Just the Yankees?
It was the beginning of the Yankees' evil empire, where they.
That's what I thought. Because I remember watching the documentary, and Jeter was brought up in '94. So.
Yep. 2 years later, they swept the Braves, the team of the '90s. Fun stuff.
Hey, good. Good.
Yeah, Braves were defending champs too, I think.
Of course.
Yeah, Braves were defending champs, and everybody thought, oh, the Braves are easily going to take care of business. I mean, the Yankees, they haven't been to the World Series in years. You know, the last time the Yankees won a World Series, it was the 70s. And oh no, we got swept. How could this have happened? So that was the beginning of the Yankees just murdering everybody for several years. Give me your Stanley Cup champs for 1996.
Red Wings?
I was gonna say either the Red
It wasn't
Wings.
the Red Wings, but this team did beat the Red Wings in controversial fashion to get here.
Ooh.
ESPN recently did a 30 for 30 on this.
Ah, man. I guess I got to start watching TV
Right?
again.
3, 2, 1. The Colorado Avalanche. They just relocated from
duh.
Quebec. They just
I should've
relocated
known
from
that.
Quebec. They finished with the best record in the West. They beat the Red Wings in controversial fashion after Claude Lemieux broke Chris Draper's face. They then faced off against, out of all teams, Florida? Exclamation question mark? Because the Panthers somehow made it to the finals despite the fact that they were the Florida Panthers. They got swept. At least Game 4 was interesting. Game 4 was like 3 overtimes, and so at least Colorado won in dramatic fashion, but it was still a sweep. And the Panthers haven't done anything since. Finally, give me your Super Bowl chance for 1996.
96 was either the if it's
Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. Packers.
There we go. Calvin got it.
Oh,
Cowboys
yeah,
were the
Brett Favre's
before.
Packers.
Yeah, it was Brett Favre's Packers.
Yep.
Somehow the only Super Bowl they won. Don't know how. Here's a funny thing. You know who they beat in that Super Bowl?
The Patriots.
Yeah.
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 People forget the Patriots were actually really good before Belichick and Brady got there.
Oh, yeah, Drew Bledsoe was a great quarterback.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was crazy.
That
People
Patriots
forget
team
about Drew
was
Bledsoe because of the injury.
that Patriots team. The Patriots of the mid to late '90s were actually a pretty good team. The problem was they just didn't have the. They were missing a good coach to get them over the hump. Like
Well-
Bill Parcells was great, but he had kind of lost his edge a bit.
And this is the thing too. The year that Tom comes in and Drew Bledsoe gets injured, Drew Bledsoe was actually I think he was like 6-2 at the time when he got injured, or 7-2 or something like that.
They were really good,
Yeah.
and he had like just signed a big contract.
The Patriots of the Patriot people think the Patriots dynasty just started in 2001. You can trace the origins of the Patriots dynasty back to the early to mid 90s when they sold the team to Robert Kraft. They got new uniforms and they started to rebuild. That 1996 Super Bowl appearance against the Packers, yeah, they got beaten 35-21. It wasn't really that close. But that was the start of something, because the Patriots for the next couple of years, they were one of the league's better teams. They never really had the oomph. But all it took was them to get a generational talent and a new head coach, and next thing you know, 20 years of terror.
It's almost like the Bucks.
That Packers team is great though.
Oh yeah, the fact that the Packers under Brett Favre didn't win more Super Bowls is one of the greatest lost opportunities in NFL history.
It's kind of amazing that the Packers had not only just Brett Favre but Aaron Rodgers right after, and
I was just gonna say that.
Super Bowls between the two of them.
They've only won 2 Super Bowls. 2
Super Bowls between 2 of the greatest quarterbacks.
Yeah. They've only made it 3 times.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, Kylie, your turn. 2 facts of the
All
line.
right. Oh, fuck you. We got 2. Isaac. So we got 2 facts on a lie. All right. So the first one: the grass at Wimbledon used to be around 5 centimeters long until an English player was bitten by a snake in 1949.
That's the most British sounding thing I've ever heard.
I know. Now it's 8 millimeters long. I don't like that this was put in non-American numbers.
Next.
Number 2, Garrett Cole's first choice in free agency was the Padres.
I think it was, actually. Oh.
Number 3, the longest golf putt recorded on TV was by Sarah Terry Wogan in 1981, and that went 200 feet.
I'm
actually
lie.
What'd you say?
I like number 1 to be the lie.
I think number 1, there's something about it that just doesn't make sense.
You guys are going number 1?
Yep.
No, the answer is number 2. Garrett Cole's first choice was not the Padres. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't the Padres.
Was it the Yankees? Did he originally always want to come to the? Hang on, Garrett Cole. We're gonna find this out.
I don't know. I made this shit up. So if it actually is
Oh,
a
you made
Padres,
that up?
yeah, I made it up.
Ah, it was the Yankees. Ha!
Yeah,
Everyone wants to come to the Yankees.
no, not everybody.
I keep forgetting that Garrett Cole started as a Pirate.
Right?
He was with the Pirates for like the majority of the 2010s. What the hell?
I know. All right, 40, give me your best bets.
Well, it's been quiet the last couple of days because baseball's been quiet.
Yeah.
But we do have some friendly soccer games tonight.
Ooh. We don't talk about soccer enough on this episode. On this show.
We actually don't. I'm gonna start talking about soccer more.
We should.
But Chelsea plays Charlotte. I like over 3 goals in that game. There should be well over 3 goals in that game, just because it's it's an exhibition game. Chelsea and Charlotte. Why not? DC United plays Bayern. I like over 3 goals in that game too.
All to Bayern. DCU sucks.
And then Arsenal plays Orlando City. I like over 3 goals in that game as well. And then Manchester City, I like them to win against whoever they're playing.
They're playing America.
Yeah, so.
Hey.
Those are my best bets for the day.
Don't count out Orlando. The Orlando City, they haven't been around in the league that long, but they're pretty good. They're pretty tough.
They can actually shock Arsenal too.
Yeah.
Also, do not be surprised if Minnesota beats Everton.
Yeah.
I was actually saying that to somebody earlier when I was talking bets with somebody. I was like, bro, I think this is a stay away game. This is like I said, this can end in a tie. That's actually probably the best bet for the game too, because I think the tie odds are like plus 700. So if you were to put $100 down, you'd win $700.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus, Minnesota's one of the best teams in MLS right now. They've been going on a nice little tear.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes this week's episode. A little bit longer than usual, but that's okay because we like talking shit.
Hey, we had a fun time talking with you guys.
Yes, as always. As always, thank you guys for listening. You can listen to us and all our shenanigans on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Literally everywhere. Listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, everything. So always tune in. We are always, interactive, asking questions, having people on, and could be hinting at that. So, we'll see. We'll see. So this ends it for this week, but we will see you guys next week.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you follow us wherever you can. Subscribe. Do what you got to do.
Everything.
See you guys. And shout out to our sponsors once again. Couldn't get this done without you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.